Hello, my internet fans. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back for another week. A little bit early, but that's okay. We've got plenty to talk about as we are here to cover week 2, Monday Night Football, Tampa Bay versus Houston from NRG Stadium. Welcome, 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 my friends. We got lots to talk about and we got things to do. So as always, let me start off with a little bit of a update on me. If I sound a little bit different than normal, it's because I've been battling something and I actually had to call out sick from work one day. Work actually told me not to come in one day. They gave me a day off because we're slow. And so we spent the day here at the house doing house chores. And I might have kicked up some stuff or whatever, dirt and dust, whatever. And gave me a very bad allergic reaction to where I was stuffed up and runny nose and congestion and whatever. But I'm not completely 100% perfect, but hey, things happen, I just couldn't get out of bed. And if I don't get out of bed, I don't go to work. So I went to urgent care. They said, well, it just sounds like you have an allergy. Just rest up, get some fluids in you, take some ibuprofen and some allergy medicine, and you should be fine. We don't think it's viral because you don't have a fever. And I said, well, then that can put me back to work. And so I went back to work. And it's kind of settled into my lungs a little bit, but that's normal, I guess. So maybe it's not as bad as it seems. But the thing is, I'm good to go. I'm going to cover football. And I was back at work the next day. I was back at work on Saturday I was on. So then today being Monday, we did want to initially do the doubleheader. We wanted to do Bucs and Texans and then go into Chargers and Raiders. But as I stated on last week's episode, I have to work tomorrow. So I do not want to stay up past midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. I do not want to stay up past midnight, past 1 o'clock in the morning. I want to get a good night's sleep because I'm not totally out of the woods, but I just want to get a good night's sleep, and I have to be in first thing in the morning. So there you go. So I will not be covering Chargers and Raiders. All the stats will again be put on social media. And hello to Charles. Hello, thank you, my friend, for watching. So if you haven't watched, if you missed last week and you don't know what a watch along is, to my right is the Statitron 5000, if that's what I'm going to call it, the Stat Roku device. And currently on ESPN is pregame coverage, Monday night countdown. And we have breaking news from Cincinnati, which I will bring up in just a second. Right now, the Bucs are on the field in their end zone. And they are warming up. And the Blue Compass RV is coming out. And as soon as oh, no! Are you kidding me? Great. 2 bits of breaking news. Wonderful. Lovely. I definitely have to get those stories up now. As soon as a clock comes up on the screen, I will let you know exactly how much time we have left. So, what do you guys want to talk about? Well, I've got the guy here who is known as the fantasy god on social media. He is my brother down in New Orleans. Let's bring him in. DJ Mutt King. What's up, Zach?
Oh, man. It's lonely being 0-2 in both college and the pros. Boy, Boy, is it rough. I'm doing better than Nico, though.
All right, we talked about Nico last week. We do not need to talk about Nico this week. We are done talking about with Nico, and we are not going to talk about the Bulldogs beating the Tennessee Volunteers, even though you just ripped it out of my soul.
BS.
It was not BS. It was a legit win.
I know.
All right.
Better than that Denver fiasco.
Exactly. But we're not here to talk. We're not here to talk about college. We're here to talk about pros. So let's start about what was mainly taking place. You brought this up in the chat. I will read the story directly from ESPN. Dateline, Indianapolis. The headline reads, Spencer Schrader converts from 45 yards after penalty on 60-yard miss, and Colts beat Broncos 29-28. Written by the Associated Press. Indianapolis Colts kicker Spencer Schrader missed one opportunity to beat the Denver Broncos. He made sure it didn't happen twice. After he came up short on a 60-yard field goal attempt with no time left, a penalty on the Broncos moved the ball 15 yards closer, well within his range, and he made the 45-yarder to give the Colts a 29-28 come-from-behind win on Sunday and their first 2-0 start since 2009. The penalty was, of course, leverage, which is when one player uses another player to boost them into the air to attempt to block a kick. We're not talking about a great show that we watch here in this house. We're talking about catapulting, essentially. So it's an odd rule. I didn't even know this rule existed. And it was a dumb play. And now the Colts are 2-0. And Pat McAfee swears that the Colts are going to the Super Bowl. Take it away, Zach.
You know, after watching the replay over and over and over again, exactly how is that stacking on top of each other? Just because a player lowered to try to get through a hole? That's not stacking. Oh, are you going to call stacking on Chris Jones, who went underneath the pile in the Eagles-Chiefs game to try to... He crawled under the pile to try to grab Jalen by the feet. Are we going to call leverage on that? No. It's you know, it is what it is. It happened. Can't go back and, take it away, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. It was not a good call at all.
It never is a good call. The referees have enough trouble as it is, and believe me, they get the brunt of all of it. This is saying countdown is 22 minutes and 8 seconds. So I thought the game started at 8 o'clock, unless they're starting early because of the 10 o'clock game. Not totally certain. Anyway, the breaking news that I have found is that there are two quarterbacks that will not be playing for a scheduled amount of time. The first one is a blow to this household, as rookie quarterback J.J. McCarthy is now out for 2 to 4 weeks. This report comes from Kevin Seifert at ESPN. J.J. McCarthy's star-crossed NFL career took another turn Monday when a seemingly innocuous right ankle roll was diagnosed as a high ankle sprain that will sideline him for 2 to 4 weeks, sources telling ESPN's Adam Schefter. Backup Carson Wentz, whom the Vikings signed August 24th, is expected to start Sunday's game against the Bengals. At the moment, the Vikings do not believe that McCarthy needs to be placed on short-term injured reserve. The Vikings are also likely to be without running back Aaron Jones, who has a hamstring injury, and are monitoring the status of a half dozen other veterans who have been injured early this season. The Vikings had a great start in week 1. I called that game. I'm very happy. I come back into week 2. I almost put a bet on them to find out that the game was a battle of field goals, only to find out that apparently that the who did they play?
Atlanta.
Atlanta, our team that's only 3 hours away from us, was probably going to get the best defense because they only held the Vikings to 2 field goals. What's going on?
Whew. You know, that angle seems to be a problem. And it's not just his ankle. It's I feel like the offensive line around the league in general. I feel like it's an issue that is persistently just getting worse. And I'll elaborate on that in a second when you bring up the second injury.
Now this one that I was talking about this earlier. Joe Burrow, Cincinnati. I know I picked on him briefly in that one game where he got sacked 9 times, because number 9 means that's how many times he gets sacked. And believe me, and at my job, every time I saw a Cincinnati shirt or jersey or otherwise, I called out the hooday. I do that to the Cincinnati fans. It shows that I respect them. This is from ESPN. Sources say Bengals Joe Burrow to have toe surgery, out for 3 months. Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow will undergo toe surgery, and it will sideline him a minimum of 3 months, sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter. Burrow suffered toe turf in the first half of Cincinnati's game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Images of his left toe were sent to noted foot specialist Dr. Robert Anderson to be reviewed. With Burrow sidelined for the majority of the season, the Bengals are expected to turn to backup Jake Browning. Now, let's officially look up what the medical term is here. Let's look up turf toe. Turf toe is an injury to, and this is from WebMD and the clevelandclinic.org. Turf toe is an injury to the big toe joint, specifically a sprain of the, I hate big medical words, metatarsophalangeal joint. It occurs when the ligaments, tendons, and soft tissues in the joint stretch or tear, often due to hyperextension of the toe during sports activities. Symptoms include severe pain, swelling, and difficult moving the toe. Treatment involves rest, ice, over-the-counter pain relievers, and in some cases, physical therapy. In severe cases, a doctor may recommend a splint or surgery. Now, if you want a visual, if I can take a look at, if I'm looking on Google here, let me look up that big word. MTP joint. I want to get a visual here so I can compare. I'm not going to put my foot on camera. Okay, so your MTP joint on your big toe is where the base of the toe, it's just past. If you're looking at your toes, compare the tops of your toes to your knuckles. It's kind of like right here on your foot. It's not high up on the ankle. It's like you got your ankle, you've got the top of your foot, you got your toes. It's where the toe connects to the top of the foot, somewhere in there. It's on the bottom, so I can understand that. So now I did get a little bit grumpy, I guess. Of all the injuries in football, you're thinking concussions, you're thinking necks, you're thinking backs, then you're going down to your arms, then it's down to your legs. Your toes should be the least of your problems. Okay?
And it's one of the most common injuries.
I remember a time, it was either Kobe or Shaq, it was one of the two, and I was with my then fiance at the time, and this was when I think it was Kobe. Kobe was on fire, and there was one game, of course, that the media decided, hey, the Lakers have to win this game, and Kobe did not want to play because of a toe problem. And my then fiance's quote at the time was, "Just take the damn thing off." They're toes.
Wow.
I know, right? Now I get it. You stub your toe. I get it. Let's see here. Game picks. It's a split, 2-2, half for Tampa Bay, half for Houston. I mean, you stub your toe. It causes drama or funny moments. My God, I'm ranting about toes. Wow, this is a first. Breaking your foot, that's one thing, okay? I mean, if there's like a bone in the top of your foot that actually breaks or the ankle snaps, I get that. These are toes, okay? My toes are hideous. Girls' toes are cute. Guys' toes are nasty, okay? That's just natural, okay? Unless the guys go out and get a pedicure or whatever. I mean, I had to have toenail surgery 2 years ago, and it was the most disgusting thing I ever saw. And I didn't want to even look at my I wear socks more than anything. It's toes. 3 months. Haven't the Bengals suffered enough?
Hashtag toe analogy.
Hashtag toe analogy. Exactly.
No, this is concerning. What are we doing here? So Burrow's going to miss 3 months. McCarthy's out. Jaden Daniels could potentially be out. He's dealing with a knee injury. Brock Purdy already got taken out.
Yep. We lost Brock.
Josh Allen went back in the game with a broken freaking nose. Josh is crazy human. He's like Super Cino.
Yeah.
But anyways, 2 things. One, the O-lines of the entire NFL are terrible. They are terrible. Quarterbacks are dropping like flies. But back to Cincinnati. Here's the $1 million question. Does Cincinnati call up and get your guy?
Which one?
Do you call Mr. KC8 down in Atlanta?
I really don't know.
I would. I'd rather have Kirk Cousins than Jake Browning. I mean, even though they won the game, even though Browning threw 3 interceptions, I think you got to make that call. Or at least get someone else slightly better. I mean, you got all the talent in the world on that offense. But with that O-line, I don't know if anyone could survive.
Indeed. Let's take a look and see how the teams ranked. Now, this is just for the week. This is not their overall stats. That graphic is going to come up on social media after the second Monday night game. So this will come up probably either Tuesday or Wednesday. So top honors go to the Lions, putting up 52 points against the Bears, as Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are welcoming us to Monday Night Football coverage. So it looks like the game is going to be starting sooner than later, and if so, we'll do the play-by-play. Ravens second with 41 points. Cowboys in the top 3. They had to go into overtime to win their matchup. Rams and Patriots tied at 33 points. The The tiebreaker, of course, is points given up. So the Rams gave up 19. The Patriots gave up 27. The Seahawks and the Bengals each scored 31. Seahawks gave up 17. Bengals gave up 27. And the Bills, they end up at the bottom of column 1 with 30. Colts at 29, Green Bay and Arizona at 27, San Francisco at 26, Arizona at 21, and Philadelphia at 20. Los Angeles, Tampa Bay, Las Vegas, and Houston have not played yet, so they stay in the middle. Top team that didn't win goes to the Giants. Surprisingly, they put up one heck of a fight against the Cowboys, but they scored the most points, so 37 points. Broncos at 28, Jaguars at 27, tied with the Dolphins. Jaguars gave up 2 points less. Panthers at 22, Saints and Bears at 21, Titans at 19, Commanders at 18. The Chiefs could not win their Super Bowl rematch, surprisingly. That puts them at 17, tied with the Steelers and the Browns. The Jets only scored 10, and unfortunately, right now, the Vikings have done the worst. Unless one of the two teams tonight gets shut out or only scores a field goal, the Vikings will be in the bottom of that window.
Boy, Kansas City really finished a three-peat, didn't they?
Their dynasty was just something. I think since they didn't win that Super Bowl, they, technically they have lost 5 games in a row, regardless if you count the preseason or not, okay? I know a lot of people say, oh, it's preseason. It doesn't count. Tell that to the court of public opinions. Tell that to a statistician like myself. Did they play on a football field? Yes. Was there a referee involved? Yes. Was the result finalized? Yes. It counts. The Chiefs are on a 5-game losing streak.
Well, if you count the Super Bowl, it's 6.
Okay, 6. But I mean, you can use that technology and terminology all you want.
I think the problem is there's too many expectations in Kansas City, too much media hype, too much attention, and I think it's finally starting to go to their heads, bro. It's like not like they're playing football anymore. It's like they're trying to appeal to a soap opera, and
yeah, Travis and Tay-Tay.
like,
I do not want to upset the younger demographic. I definitely do not want to upset the Swifties. I don't know if she was even in attendance at the game because I didn't get a chance to watch it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for love. I get that. I'm all for marriage. I get that. But you're a celebrity. You're in the public eye. Both of them are, one in music, one in football. Okay? Yes, Patrick Mahomes is a little bit more on that higher echelon because he's the quarterback, and Travis Kelce's a tight end. I get that. But you put them together, and they double in value. Bottom line. So the media is going to say stuff. Social media is going to be the judge, jury, and executioner on that, and it's like going to affect the gameplay.
Oh yeah, the media is going to follow. The media is going to follow 2 situations the entire season: Kansas City and Dallas. That's the 2. That's where all the eyes, all the comments, that's where everything is going to be under the eye of the entire league, is in those 2 franchises.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is what it is on that, really, and yeah.
Huh?
Is that? Okay, good. I think that's the upgraded trailer. I think so. That's wonderful. If so, we'll play that as our commercial break. All right. So we've got.
As for the games tonight, who do you got, Mikey?
Wow. Okay. You put me on the spot. I hate when you do that. I do like CJ Stroud. I think I like him slightly better than Baker Mayfield. I have bashed Baker Mayfield before because of the insurance commercials. I praise CJ Stroud a lot. If you remember, I think it was 2 years ago, he had that little incident with, I believe it was NBC Peacock, where he gave glory to God after winning a game, and then they showed that part live. So I will definitely go for the Texans tonight. And as far as the Chargers and the Raiders, I'm going to probably go with the Chargers. I am not Raider Nation, but I do respect Raider Nation. I think the Chargers have a little more momentum than the Raiders right now. The Raiders winning in week 1 was a very big surprise. I will give you that. And it looks like the Texans are about to come out of the tunnel here, being led by, can you want to move out of the way there, buddy? There you go. Here come the giant flags. There's the, here they come. I thought they were coming out with a giant truck or ever. As it looks like, is Lisa Salters there talking to CJ there? (19-14) career record as a starter. So we'll see what happens here. The stadium is still looking, unless this is a pre-taped interview, the stadium's looking very empty right now. And I do apologize that I am coughing throughout all this, but hey, like I said, I'm not out of the woods yet.
I'm curious to see Emeka Egbuka in game 2. He's coming off that 2-touchdown NFL debut against Atlanta. And, he's getting an expanding playing role since Chris Godwin got hurt.
Yeah.
So I want to see if he can continue to take advantage of,
Eli Manning in a Jersey Mike's commercial.
Oh, Jersey Mike's, huh?
Dinner. Thank you, sir. A beautiful dinner with mashed potatoes and roast and carrots. Thank you, Tyler. I'm going to put this right over here. I know I should not eat on camera, but I do apologize in advance. But hey,
this is America.
Stat Boy's got to eat. It's a beautiful plate. You did a good job. Well, I'm going to put up the quick trailer. I'm going to put my coat on, and we're going to watch some football. So we'll be right back.
And now for a taste of things to come.
All the wrestling, all the wrestling, all the wrestling. And let me give a shout out to my brother from another mother, Mr. Reliable, Walter Cruz. Congratulations on getting your 200 subscribers. You have been working very, very hard to get that taken care of. You completed it. Thank you to everybody who did subscribe and continue to subscribe on this channel and all of our other channels as well, as ESPN is getting ready to officially welcome us to tonight's coverage of Monday Night Football, Buccaneers versus Texans. There's NRG Stadium. And there is the hype package. And let me get this going here. Let's reset that. I thought the game was going to start at 8 o'clock, but apparently the game is starting now. So we would have had a little more time as they're bringing out the giant flag. And as soon as they unfurl the flag to honor America, do I have the flag here? I hope that's the Canadian flag. I thought I had the American flag in there somewhere, but it's okay. We'll just take my hat off and honor America there. As Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are let me see the official game preview. Stroud faces Tampa Bay for second time after leading Texans to win as rookie with epic performance. ESPN says the matchup predictor will go 50.9% to Tampa Bay and Houston 48.7%. The spread is Houston at -2.5. So Houston is favored. The Bucs are the underdog as Todd Bowles takes on DeMarco Ryans. Fourth season as Tampa Bay head coach for the Bucs, and Ryans is the third season as Houston's head coach. Again, I do apologize for the late start. I thought the game started at 8 o'clock. Otherwise, I would have been here a little bit earlier, and I would have had my graphics all done. But hey, things happen. And did they all? I guess they already did do the flag. I guess they were taking the flag off the field as they came back. Whoa! You don't need to hear that. Thank you. And there's CJ Stroud getting ready. And just waiting to get the call. Tampa Bay won the coin toss. They deferred and they kick off, and we are underway. Houston up to the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, 35, and pushed out of bounds. A 63-yard kick, a 34-yard return by Noel. CJ Stroud, 19 of 27 in week 1, 188 passing yards. That's his 15th straight game under 300 yards. Stroud getting ready for the first snap of the ball. He's got Chubb behind him. Takes the snap. He throws and, incomplete. Collins was the intended receiver. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Nick Chubb, Nico Collins, Jaden Higgins, Xavier Hutchinson, and Dalton Schultz. Ariante Ursary from Minnesota. Laken Tomlinson, Jared Pattinson, Ed Ingram, and Titus Howard on the offensive line. 2nd and 10. Waiting to get the snap. Passes complete. And just below, as that was a 9-yard pass to Hutchinson, that's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Monday Night Football, Week 2. Tampa Bay and Houston. All right, 3rd and 1 from the 45, almost the 46-yard line. Gets the snap, hands it off, and just short. He tried to push up. Will they give it to him? Tampa Bay signaling 4th down. And it looks like they gave it to him. Nick Chubb up the middle gets the 1st down as the clock starts winding down to 13:40. Tim says, happy with my team season so far, 2-0. Tim, who is your team? Please declare in the comments. Next snap coming up, Stroud gives the handoff, and unfortunately, that's going nowhere. Chubb loses 2 yards. That's going to push him back 2nd and 12. As Dennis and Reddick. There's the handoff, and he just gets swallowed up. As we take a look at replays. 2nd and 12 from about the 44-yard line. Stroud with it. There's a pass, and there's a carry, and he's off to the races. 1st down and then some, and he goes right over the 30-yard line as Chubb gets 27 big yards. 1st down, Houston. Excuse me. I have a beautiful dinner right here. He is off. There goes Nick Chubb. Well done. Gets Patterson as a blocker. Hutchinson helps out. And Chubb just goes, and he's across the 30. 1st and 10, 12 minutes to go. Stroud gets it. He's looking for a pass. He's going to throw for it. And is that caught? Yes, it is. Well done. And who is the receiver? Oh, he's in. There is no denying that one. Left foot down, right foot down. That is a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. Stroud to, let me look in the replay. His right foot's down, his left foot's in. And the play is under review. I see that he's in. That's a touchdown. His knee is right on the line. That's right foot, left foot, catch. Falling, has control. Cameraman's head is in the way. It's Collins as we go to commercial. So we go to commercial, we'll find out, and we'll see if the touchdown stands or not. In the meantime, let's take a look and see what else is going on ESPN. Their headline story is that Jaden Daniels has a knee injury. His status is iffy. It literally says iffy in the headline. Washington Command, this is from John Keim. Washington Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels suffered a left knee injury last Thursday, leaving his status for Sunday's game against the Raiders in doubt. He did not specify what the injury was, but sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter that the quarterback has a sprain. And Tim is a Green Bay fan. Well, I mean, the Packers, they are 2-0 along with a few other teams. I will try and get that graphic up. If not, I will rattle off who is what and where. Where is my order rate? Oh, there it is. Need that just in case the score changes. As we are on ESPN, get the bundle. Yeah, NFL Network. I think we have that. $39.99 a month. And the play on the field stands. It is a touchdown. Stroud to Collins for 29 yards. Play on the field stands. Call on the field stands. All right, so look, Houston Texans are going to go for the extra point. Everyone shaking Collins' hand, praising him, as well they should. The kick is up, and it is right, a little wide right, but it is good. And Houston takes the lead, 7-0. Excuse me. I know I shouldn't be eating, but it's a beautiful dinner. Plus, since I haven't been feeling good, I haven't had much of an appetite. I know I'm okay because I'm getting my appetite slowly back. "25-yard plays. The Texans didn't have any last week, and they've had 2 on the first drive. How about that? That's a good one. All right, so the Bucs are getting ready to receive the kickoff. And the Bucs will get the ball in the second half. Getting ready to punt, or getting ready to kick off. And there's the kickoff into the end zone, and we're going to kneel down, and that's going to be a touchback. And the Bucs will start on their 35-yard line as Baker Mayfield, who is 20-15 with the Bucs, has over 8,700 passing yards, has 72 pass touchdowns, second most in the NFL since 2023. Let's see what Baker can do, and let's see if he can respond. And the line approaches the ball. Getting into the huddle there. On the 35-yard line, let's see what Baker does first. Gets the snap. Looking, running back. He's getting way, he had to get rid of that one. Nice catch, camera guy. Incomplete. He threw it to get rid of it. He was pressured and everything else. Emeka Egbuka, the rookie from Ohio State. As we take a look at the offensive line, Michael Jordan. There's a Michael Jordan in football. He's a Buckeye as well. All right, we're going to see what Baker can do on this play. Gets a handoff, and it goes really nowhere as White goes up the middle for 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. We'll take a look at the Texans defense. 202. He's a roll tide guy. Hey, they've got a Trojan, Kalen Bullock, number 2. Hey, there you go. Love that. All right, 3rd and 6. Texans have 49 sacks last season, 3 in week 1. Baker throws, makes the completion, and gets the first down as Evans gets 8 yards. Mayfield gets the snap, looks to his right and throws, then gets hit. There's the completion. Almost, if that defender would not have slipped, he probably would have gotten the sack. All right, 1st and 10 from about the 47-yard line. Baker with the ball. He's throwing good and that is almost picked off. Al-Shaair had his hands on that one. He's a little upset at himself, but it's incomplete. Egbuka got caught in double coverage. He found a window, and it was more of a bat down. He almost brought it in. Egbuka was nowhere near the ball. And Al-Shaair was a little bit upset at himself. 2nd down coming up. Baker looks, throws, complete, and 1st down as he finds Otten for 12. Right there, nice catch and a good hit too. Good hit, but he's okay. Catch, cover the ball, boom, right there. Ooh, shoulder to helmet. Ooh, that might have been a little bit of trouble there. All right, let's see what Baker does here. Gets the handoff up the middle. And Irving gets 6 yards. It's going to make it 2nd and 4. Excuse me. 9:30 left to go. Bucking Irving, 5'10", 195, 4th round pick in the 2024 draft. He's a Chicago boy. He went to Oregon. .207 rushing yards last season. 2nd and 4. Fakes the handoff. Looking, scrambling. Makes the completion. He almost went for it himself. Got the first down, though. He was behind the line of scrimmage to Shepard for another 15 yards. He was behind the line of scrimmage. Almost decided to scramble himself. Got out of double coverage. He had 3 guys on him and then threw and then ran to his right when he was out of bounds. 8th play of the drive coming up. Three seconds on the play clock. Gets it off. Throws, looking to his left to the end zone. Flag on the play. Pass interference offense on Evans, 10-yard penalty. That's going to push him back 10 yards. He caught the ball. I don't see what the problem is. Well, that pass was just negated. Got it down all the way to the 3. 1st and 20 now. 8:06 left. 8:06 left to go in the quarter. Gets the handoff. He's running to his right. Well, he gets the first 10 yards back. They're back to the original line of scrimmage as Irvin gets 10. We're back to the original line of the 30. Coming up on play number 9. Tristan Wirfs out with arthroscopic knee surgery way back in July. All right, from the 20-yard line, 2nd and 10. Got to get the playoff. They do. Baker's looking, throws to the end zone, and that's a touchdown. Miller gets that 20 yards, and Tampa Bay answers back. Ryan Miller with a 20-yard reception. Miller on the left side, slants to his right, and gets open and brings it in for a touchdown. 9 plays, 65 yards. Tampa Bay for the extra point. And it is good. 7:12 left to go in the first, and we are knotted up 7-7. As ESPN goes to a break, so do we. We will be right back. All right, ESPN is coming back from their commercial break. Toro, the Houston Texans mascot, coming in on a zip line and hanging upside down. Oh boy, that's dangerous. With a selfie stick. You wouldn't catch me doing that. No way. No, thank you. I'm not playing that game. 7:12 left to go as the Texans get the ball back, waiting for kickoff. Tampa Bay, of course, is 1-0. Houston is 0-1. And there's the kickoff, to about the 7, 10, 15, 20, 25, stiff arm to the 30, 35, and pushed out of bounds. as Noel gets a 27-yard return. I really would like to do the Chargers and Raiders tonight, but I can't. Not with the way I've been feeling and all that. All right, first play, second drive. Stroud fakes the handoff, rolling to his right. Flag is coming out, so Stroud runs out of bounds. Bit of a free play there. Holding defense on Reddick, number 5, 5-yard penalty. Let's see it. Yeah. He held on a bit too long. Next play, it's a run. Marks gets 4 yards. That's going to bring up second down. 6.5 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. Stroud coming out of his huddle. As the clock reaches 6:05, gets the snap, looking, throws, completion, first down, and then some, and he's still going. What a pass, what a run. 37 yards to Marks for the first down and then some. And that's going to put that's going to put Stroud, already he is over 100 yards. So to all you sports bettors that think C.J. Stroud is going to get at least 200 yards, you're halfway there already. Woody Marks, 5'10", 208, fourth-round pick in the 2025 draft. This is why I hate sports betting, by the way. Handoff up the middle. That's Chubb, and he gets it to the 10-yard line. 8 more yards there for Chubb. You look at the bet and you think that's not going to happen, and you don't play it, and then stuff like this happens, and you have a chance. And then you're like, why didn't I make that bet? 7 rushing yards for Nick Chubb, 27 reception yards, 34 yards total for Nick Chubb. Stroud, hands off. First to Chubb. Can he get there? No. He's about at the 8. Oh, we got another flag on the play. Holding offense on Howard, on number 71, 10-yard penalty. Well, that's going to push him back. As Nick Caley, first season as the Texans offensive coordinator. 4:34 left to go in the first. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12. Excuse me. Waiting. Gets the pass. Or gets the snap. Short pass. Back over to the 20. 3 yards to Watson. That's going to make it 3rd and 17. Or excuse me, 3rd and 9. Well, I said 3rd and 17. I have no idea. Because they're on the 17-yard line. That's why. 5 of 6. 105 yards and 1 touchdown. He's on pace for at least 200 yards. Not like Goff and Stroud looking for the end zone, throws, way over his head. Watson was the intended target. He just couldn't get there. Way overstretched out. That's probably going to bring out the field goal unit. Looks like it'll be maybe a 32-yard attempt. Looks like it's going to be a 35. Miami Fairbairn, 69 of 72. It is a 35-yarder. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Texans take the lead. Ten to 7 is your score. There you go. With 3:25 left to go in the first quarter. We'll show that. Tron Ares is coming up soon. The latest in the Tron saga. I did love the original way back in the 80s. I was a child of the 80s. I loved Tron Legacy. I loved when Electronica was in Disney's California Adventure. I was very sad to see that go when they turned it into the Mad Tea Party. Johnny Depp version, of course. They had a Flynn's Arcade. Loved it in there. All the classic 80s games that I grew up on. And now we have Tron Ares coming into play, where apparently they have taken a light cycle and a jet and combined the two, from what I see in that. So we'll see where that goes coming up soon. ESPN Sportsbook. I'm with FanDuel. And yes, I did lose a little bit of money on the Tennessee-Georgia game. But it wasn't that much. $3, and that's all it was. Inaugural ESPN Premium Live event, WrestlePalooza, Indianapolis. Saturday, 7 o'clock. Cena versus Lesnar. Stream it in the ESPN app. And there's Booker T wearing his Houston jersey. Well, how about that? All right. Tampa Bay looking to get the kickoff. About to the 5, 10, 15, 20. Ooh, what a hit. Ouch, that had to hurt. A 17-yard return for Johnson. Ooh, oh, man. That's going to hurt. That's going to leave a mark. Wow, WrestlePalooza is this Saturday? Wow. Baker Mayfield on his first drive went 4 of 6 for 55 yards. This is the second drive. Let's see what happens. He gets the snap. He throws to his right. That's a completion. And out of bounds. Evans gets 6 yards. But the clock runs. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4. First 3 drives. Touchdown, touchdown, field goal. Mayfield looking to get the snap. And he almost bobbled it. There's the handoff. And only about 2 yards, Irving, as he gets tackled by Petre. So we'll make it 3rd and 2. There's Josh Grizzard, first season as Buccaneers offensive coordinator. His 9th season overall in the NFL. Did someone just lose a tooth? Buccaneers 3rd down conversion. They led the NFL last season. 51% last season, 50% last week against the Falcons. Let's see if they convert here. Baker with the ball, throws short, completion. They'll give it to him for forward progress as Egbuka, Egbuka. The rookie gets a first down. There's Charlie Heck, 6'8", 311, North Carolina Tar Heel. Baker looking to get the snap. Gets the handoff up the middle as Irving gets 5 yards with 1:08 left to go in the quarter. So the Bucs will get one more playoff, 2 if they hurry. Clock winding down. 15 on the play clock, 45 in the game clock. Baker waiting for the snap, gets it, throws to his right, and that was batted down. Batted down and brought, flag on the play. So what do we call it here? Ball was batted. Mayfield got it back. And looked like he went to spike it. Illegal use of hands. What? How so? Where is there illegal? What? That's illegal use of hands? You're joking, right? Well, okay, whatever. Final play for the Bucs before the quarter ends. Gives the Bucs a first down. Baker with the ball, throws, completion. And down he goes. And that's going to be a 7-yard completion. As Irving gets 7 yards. 10-7 is at the end of the first quarter. Petre was injured during the play. So at the end of the quarter, we take a commercial break. And where is it? We'll be right back.
And now for a taste of things to come.
All the wrestling, all the wrestling, all the wrestling. So WrestlePalooza coming up on Saturday. We do hope that you all will join us here on the Simply Reliable Studios. So we have Cena versus Brock. We have Cody versus Drew. We have CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth and Becky. We have the Usos versus The Vision. And we have Io versus Stephanie for the vacant Women World Championship. Of course, Naomi had to give up the belt because she's going to have a baby. All right, we started the second quarter. Baker hands it off, gets the first down, and a little bit more. As Baker gives the ball to Irving for 9 yards. Excuse me. Oh, my goodness. First and 10 from about the 40. Baker gets the snap, throws, completion. Jukin and jiving out of bounds as Irving gets another 4 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6. $14 minutes left to go in the half. Waiting for the snap. Baker calling an audible with about 8 seconds left to go on the play clock. Gets the handoff up the middle and gets pushed over to the first down marker. Irving again. Another 5 yards. Just that. They put him short. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Excuse me. Bucky Irving, 6 rushes, 37 rushing yards, 2 receptions for 11 yards. 48 yards total for Irving. Halfway to 100. Third and 1. Baker going for the pass. Almost gets swallowed up and stretches. And they give him the first down as he scrambles to get the first yard. Houston thought they grabbed him with the shoestring tackle. Anderson Jr., he got the tackle, but Baker just stretched. And he stretched good. 1st and 10 on about the 30-yard line. Baker fakes a pass, and down goes. And we have a flag on the play. All right, now what? Ineligible downfield player on Mach. 5-yard penalty. Mach was on the line, and he apparently crossed in. So you can't do that. That's going to push back the Bucs 5 yards. That makes it 1st and 15. Almost a jump there. Baker throws. Almost a one-handed catch. We could be getting some DPI here on this play. we have DPI. Offsides was the call. Will Anderson Jr. Let's see. Did he jump? Oh, very, very close in my eyes, but I don't think that was offsides. The ref said otherwise. In my opinion, no. All right, that brings it back to 1st and 10. Baker getting the snap, hands it off. Right up the middle, gets about 6. That's White. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me, I'm sorry. Excuse my manners. Tampa Bay offensive line, that was Mouch, number 69. They're highlighting him. Don't know why. Eleventh play of the drive, 2nd and 4. Baker fakes. Oh, he did get the handoff. And Egbuka gets the first down, the rookie. And Mika Egbuka, rookie wide receiver from Ohio State, one of 2 Ohio State players all-time with 1,000 reception yards in multiple seasons, 19th over pick in the draft. The OH is in TB. 1st and 10. Baker throws, and it's incomplete. Intended target was Evans. Unfortunately, Stingley broke it up. 2nd and 10. Let's take a look at here. There's Stingley. And he says, no. From the 19, handoff to the line of scrimmage. Gets a few yards. Irving gets 4. It's going to make it 3rd and 6. 10-18 left to go in the half. The Bucks are 3 of 3, perfect on 3rd down conversions. Can they make it 4 for 4? 14th play of the drive. It's taking a little bit longer than usual. Baker passes complete. 1st down, and he is in there. Egbuka, the rookie, gets a touchdown. And the Bucks take the lead, 13-10. Gets a little help there and just gets shoved right into the end zone. 14 plays, 77 yards. Here comes the extra point, and it is good. And the Tampa Bay Bucks take the lead at 9:41 of the half. They are up 14-10. I did not get a chance. I did want to. Shout out to Renegade and Brother Jeff. They did go live when the news broke that WrestleMania 43 will be in Saudi Arabia. I did thank them for attempting to have me come on the show with them. I think during the show that was where I was getting ready to go to urgent care. Wrestling is a business. The promoters and the wrestlers are there to make money and support themselves and make their business thrive. It is no secret that the population in the Middle East, a lot of them, the princes, the royalty, are very rich people. And there is a lot of money apparently being given to WWE for this. I don't know the details. I don't know if I want to know the details. I'm not really a business person. I think I've seen mixed reviews on this. I do not see myself booking a flight to Saudi Arabia to go to WrestleMania. But I mean, it's the business. That's all I can really say about it. I'm not really giving a full opinion because I just don't know all the details. I do need to go back and take a look. There were reports that a lot of the talent, their attitudes and their facial expressions, not too happy maybe. I'm not sure on that one. So we'll see. It's 2 years away. It's 2 years away. We'll just leave it at that. The 10, the 15, going over to the 20, and down on the return. 17 yards as the Texans receive the ball with 9:34 to go in the half. Also, I don't know how CJ Stroud, 5 of 7, 105 passing yards, and 1 touchdown. I don't know how ESPN's coverage of WrestlePalooza is going to go. I don't know if I can just flip over to ESPN and watch it. Unfortunately, on Saturday, I'll be working. Stroud hands off the ball and immediately swallowed up. But we have a flag on the play. Chubb got tackled behind the line of scrimmage, so more than likely, if the penalty is against Houston, it'll be declined, which it was. Illegal shift, decline, loss of 2 yards. That's going to put up 2nd and 12. Clock running down, 9:25 to go. Stroud with the ball, still looking, passes, complete to Hutchinson. 20 big yards. That'll get the first down back. And that's going to put him at 125 yards. 6 of 8, 125. Can he get 150 before the end of the half? Get that play off. Just barely. Stroud looking back. He's got a couple of defenders behind him and in front of him. Throws to get rid of it. He did have somebody over. He did have a target. It was Bryant. He got rid of it just in time. Fakes the handoff to Chubb. Defender comes in. Stroud spins out and goes to his left. and then tries a short little pass, but the defender looks like he tripped up on his own accord. 8:27 left to go in the half. 2nd and 10. Stroud with the ball, short pass, and only a couple yards as Chubb gets the completion. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Excuse me. 8 minutes left to go in the half. 3rd and 8 coming up. $7:45 left to go. Stroud with the ball. He throws. Incomplete. Schultz was the target on that one. Short throw. Didn't know if he got hit. Dell, Barrios, Kirk, and Stover. 3 wide receivers, and a tight end out. 2 with a hamstring, 1 with a knee, and 1 with a foot. And the Texans are going to punt away. And they do. And the ball is caught around the 13-yard line. Fair catch by Johnson. $14-10, 2nd quarter. I also had to bow out. I was going to assist with Mr. Reliable for the Canelo fight. Initially, I was going to help out. And then I got a little bit sick. And also that night, while I was at work, I worked a little bit longer than I was supposed to, so I wouldn't have made it. Eventually, I believe I did hear that Canelo lost that fight, which was a surprise. I thought Canelo was a good fighter. I was going to look up stats on him and everything, and Crawford Canelo. You know, that was a decision. Oh, wow. Baker Mayfield, I missed that. I'm sorry. Because I was looking up the fight. 10 of 13, 94 yards for Baker Mayfield. So 1 good completion, and he breaks the centennial mark. Let's see what happens. Mayfield gives the handoff up the middle as White gets 7 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd down. Baker Mayfield, quarterback. Snap to pass, 1.67 seconds. Snap to pass, 2.10 seconds. That is amazing how you can just snap the ball within 2 seconds. 2nd and 3 coming up. Baker hands off the ball again. 1st down as White gets another 6 yards. At my job, we play a mini game called Wait for Me. The object of the game is to determine how much time goes by after you hear an alarm. The shortest target is 2 seconds. And based off of that snap to pass, 2 seconds is really, really fast. Baker gets the snap, fakes the handoff, flags come flying. False start. Offense. Barton, 62. 5-yard penalty. So I'm wearing my name tag. This is not an official Great Big Game Show moment. I had my game show name tag on my lapel. The pin stays. That was a good one. Baker with the snap. He throws. That's completion. He gets a blocker, but unfortunately he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage as Wright loses a yard. That's going to bring up 2nd and 16. So yeah, and the time it takes to count 2 seconds in those last 2 snaps that were shown on ESPN, the ball's gone. As the clock runs down to 5 minutes and 20 seconds, Houston fans in the stands trying to hype up the Houston defense. Baker looking, and he gets swallowed up, but there's a flag on the play again. Officially, it's a sack. Illegal hands to the face defense. Automatic 1st down against Dylan Horton. Can I get a replay on that, please? Let's see. Yeah, he's got his hands all over the mask and everything. He's pushing up against him. I can agree with that one. 11 penalties last week for the Texans, only 4 tonight. Baker gives the handoff up and gets nothing. White for another 2 yards. Clock running down, 4:35 left to go. Tampa with the ball, and they'll get the ball to start the second half so they can really open up this game. Jalen Petre is questionable with his injury to his ribs. 2nd and 8 coming up. Baker waiting for the snap, gets it, looks and gets swallowed up. That is a sack for a loss of 8 yards. Hunter finds his prey and makes the sack, number 55. You should start playing some Motorhead right about now. It all comes back to wrestling. Daniel Hunter, 7th active player with 100 career sacks. That was number 100 apparently. 3rd and 16. Quick pass to his left. Ekbuga gets 7 of it back, but that's all the Bucs are going to get. That's going to bring up 4th and 9. So here comes the punting squad. Jalen Knoll waiting for the punt. Dixon kicks it off. He's back to his 15, and he's going to go 20, 25, and out at the 30 for a 16-yard return. 2:43 left to go in the half. Be right back. All righty. Texans coming back with the ball from the 30-yard line with 2:43 to go. Stroud with the handoff up the middle, about 7 to 8 yards. Excuse me. As Marks gets the handoff. Oh, I'm going to close my door. I'll close it at halftime. 2nd and 4, looking to get one play before the 2-minute warning. Will they get the play off, or will they take the 2-minute warning? 10 seconds left. It looks like they are going to just wait out the clock. And we are at the 2-minute warning.
And now for a taste of things to come.
At the 2-minute warning, the Bucs have the lead, 14-10, as the Texans are trying to get a score in because the Bucs will have the ball in the second half. Oh, darn, I missed. Week 2 QB injuries. Oh, yeah, there are tons of them. We know that for certain. Yes, we know. The Bucs receive the second half kickoff. We know this. All right. Stroud looking to get the snap. He does. He's got time. He's going to scramble. He's going to take it himself. He's going to keep going. And then some for 19 yards as he tries to play off and pass the ball to the line judge. Joe Burrow, turf toe. Jaden Daniels, knee sprain. Justin Fields, concussion. Brock Purdy, shoulder and toe. J.J. McCarthy, ankle. 5 quarterback injuries all in 1 week. Unbelievable. 1:20 left to go in the half. Stroud looking for some players, gets the pass and completes it and only gets 4 yards to Schultz. 2nd and 6. Odd that the Texans are not calling timeout right now. I would. Excuse me. Stroud, look out. That's a sack. A loss of 8. And now I think we have a timeout. Yep. He gets sacked. They call timeout. That's going to make it 3rd and 14, a loss of 8 as Gaines gets the sack. Coming out of the timeout, Stroud faces 3rd and 14. Needs to get to about the 35-yard line. He is way back. He threw it out, and unfortunately nobody was there. And no flag on the play. Collins was the intended target. He got pushed back. They blitzed. He did break 2 tackles and then threw it. Collins just was nowhere close. So 4th and 14. The Texans are going to punt it away. Very odd. That is into the end zone, so that's going to be a touchback. 30 seconds left. So we'll see. Will they take one last play, or will they just take a knee and go into the half with the lead, and they'll get the ball to start the second half? We'll take a look at the halftime stats, and we'll go from there. Put your coat on, Troy Aikman. You got to wear your coat at all times. I love this coat. Both teams have exactly 160 yards. And it looks like Baker's going to throw a play, gets the completion just shy of the 30-yard line, which was the first down. Are the Bucs going to call timeout? Yes. Second timeout. So now there's 25 seconds left. 2nd and 1 coming up. That was Evans for another 9 yards. At the Tampa Bay 29. Still have 1 timeout left. 4 targets for Mike Evans, 23 yards, 3 receptions. 2nd and 1. Mayfield has it. Almost gets sacked. Incomplete pass. So that's going to stop the clock at 19 seconds left. 3rd and 1 coming up. Otten was the intended receiver on that play. Play clock at 15 seconds. 3rd and 1 coming. Baker with the ball, looking, throwing, got a guy, but there's nobody open. And that's going to leave it with 14 seconds left on the clock. So more than likely, there's still life for the Texans. There's going to be a punt, and the Texans have all 3 timeouts. Although why you would go for a big pass with 1 yard to go, I mean, you still had one timeout left. So Dixon's going to punt away. And the ball is going to go to the 30-yard line and stop. And there is literally 2 seconds left on the game in the half. 42-yard punt. So there is time for a play. Looks like he almost got a piece of it on there. And Stroud just takes a knee and decides to go in at halftime. So at halftime, the score is 14-10. Surprised you didn't want to go for a Hail Mary or anything like that. But hey, I'm not the coach, so I don't know. When we come back from this break, we'll take a look at the halftime stats and see what else is going on in the world of sports. We'll be right back.
And now for a taste of things to come.
All the wrestling. Baker Mayfield, 13 of 18 for 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. C.J. Stroud, 8 of 13 for 131 yards. Let's bring up all the rest of the stats here, because that's who I am, stat boy. That's me. So passing yards, already got that. Rushing yards, 41 yards for Irving, 7 carries. And Stroud is the lead rusher with 3 carries, 21 yards. Receiving yards, Igbuka at 29, 4 receptions. He's got the touchdown. Marks has the biggest reception, the only one, 37 yards. Gaines and Hunter each have a sack. Excuse me. Dennis on the Tampa Bay Bucks has 3 toe tackles. Tuoto has 7. 12 first downs for the Bucks, 7 for the Texans. The Bucks are 4 of 6 on third down. The Texans are 1 for 4 on third down. Neither team has tried to go for it on fourth down. Total yards is 169 for the Bucks and 160 for the Texans. No interceptions thrown. Both quarterbacks have been sacked for a loss of 8. Each team has been penalized 4 times. And Tampa Bay has held the ball longer, 18 minutes and 42 seconds to 11 minutes and 18 seconds, as, of course, Daniel Hunter has now had 100 career sacks. Jaden Daniels suffered a left knee sprain, status uncertain. Second half starts in 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Again, tonight is a doubleheader football-wise, but again, as much as I would love to call the Chargers and the Raiders, can't. Got to go to work tomorrow. Got to rest up. Got to get rid of this nasty little bug in my lungs. Let's see, is there an injury thing here? Let's see if I can bring up NFL injuries. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh. Whew. The Cardinals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh. The Cardinals have a ton of players on injury. The Falcons. Heck, let's just go team by team here. On the Cardinals, who can we call? Is there anything positive here? Joey Blount, neck concussion, placed on injured reserve and will miss the remainder of the season. Justin Jones, injured reserve due to a knee injury. Falcons, questionable. A.J. Terrell, ruled out for the rest. That was yesterday's game. Ravens, Patrick Ricard. Coach Harbaugh says Ricard's calf recovery has been slower than the Ravens had hoped. Bills. Nothing about Josh Allen yet, so that's okay. Carolina. Chicago. Let's see. Nothing new on Chicago. Cincinnati, Shamar Stewart. Head coach Zach Taylor says that Stewart is doubtful to play in Week 3 against the Vikings. Joe Burrow, we already discussed that. Cleveland. Not much there. Dallas. Cavante Turpin exited Sunday's game against the Giants due to a neck injury. Broncos. Not much I see there. Lions. Marcus Davenport, questionable, but we don't know if he returned or not. Green Bay. Jaden Reed is expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks after fracturing his collarbone in Thursday's win over the Commanders. Jalen Petre, we already talked about that. He is questionable. Rib injury. Colts. Jaguars. Chiefs. Christian Fulton ruled out, did not return against the Eagles. Raiders, Jackson Power Johnson, ruled out for the matchup coming up tonight. Brock Bowers, however, did practice with the team, but is questionable. Possible game time decision on that. Chargers, Rams, Dolphins. Jalen Wright was listed as limited on practice. J.J. McCarthy is considered week to week after he sustained the high ankle sprain. We did report that earlier. Aaron Jones, Kevin O'Connell said that Jones is still being evaluated, but the Vikings may be without the running back on Sunday. Vernon Broughton, New Orleans, expected to miss the remainder of the year after sustaining a hip injury in Sunday's game. Justin Fields sustained a concussion. Eagles, Steelers. Isaiah Loudermilk was seen on crutches with a walking boot on his foot following the Steelers' loss to the Seahawks. Excuse me. San Francisco, Jawan Jennings. Coach Kyle Shanahan noted that Jennings came out of week 2 with an ankle injury. George Kittle placed Kittle on the injured reserve. Tonight, Luke Godoke ruled out, foot injury. Cansey questionable after a pectoral injury. Injuries can happen at any time, friends. We know this. Injuries as we start to get ready for the second half. As the Bucs lead 14-10. And I will try and get all the graphics up onto my social media account at LBStatKid1977. There's the kickoff. About to the 3, 10, 15, 20, 25, almost to the 30. Play. As Tucker goes 26 yards. All right. First play, second half. Baker Mayfield gets the snap, hands it off, up the middle. Good run there. 7 yards for Irving. Second and 3. 8 rushes for 48 yards for Bucky Irving. Next play coming up. It's a handoff and just past the line of scrimmage. Another 2 yards. Bring up 3rd and 1. Bucs are 4 of 6 on 3rd down, averaging 5 yards every time. Baker gets the snap, throws, and complete. Got 7, only needed 1. See again. It looked like Petre was back in. I thought he was questionable to return, so I guess he's back in the game. Fakes the handoff, throws to his right, completion to Shepard. Another 7. We'll bring up 2nd and 3, 13 minutes to go in the quarter. Hands it off and gets taken down. Irving from behind the line of scrimmage, loss of a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Henry 2020. 6'2", 228 from Alabama. 2202 has a lot of accents in there. 8 tackles. Whew. 3rd and 4. Baker has to get rid of it, falling down. And I don't think they're going to consider that a fumble or a takeaway. They are calling it a sack. Interesting. So Mayfield loses another 5 yards. I don't know how you call that a sack when he fell. I mean, he escaped. They barely got a hold of him, and then he hit the ground. So the Bucs are going to punt away. There's the punt. Here comes the return. And the ball goes into the end zone for a touchback. 11:23 to go in the 3rd. Just barely got a hold of his ankle, and he hits the ground, and that's a sack. Oh, my goodness. Excuse me. Dinner was delicious. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Look at this progressive commercial. Trying to get the kids to smile. And they bring in Tommy DeVito. Poor kid. Week 3 starts with the Dolphins and the Bills on Prime Video on Thursday night. WNBA playoffs are coming up. First round. You'll have to check that. Let's check that real quick. Let's see what's... It's been a while since we've reported on the WNBA. WNBA playoffs. Let's see what's going on. First round tipped off on Sunday. The Lynx are playing the Valkyries. The Lynx won game 1, 101-72. Game 2 is Wednesday night at 10 o'clock as Stroud hands off and gets only about 5 yards on the next play. So the first round in the WNBA playoffs are a best-of-3 format. The Lynx are playing the Valkyries. The Aces are playing the Storm. The Aces are up 1-0 as they had beaten the Storm 102-77. Game 2 is tomorrow night. The Dream take on the Fever. That's Caitlin Clark's team. And let's see what's going on. 2nd and 6 here. Stroud with a pass and a completion and a first down and then some. And the Mercury are taking on the Liberty, and the Liberty are up 1-0 on that. So go Lynx. We love all Minnesota teams in this house. The Lynx being another one of them. All right. That last pass was 16 yards to Collins. 1st and 10. And a handoff to Chubb, who only gets 2. Well, that's going to bring up 2nd and 8. I do believe Caitlin Clark is out with an injury. Let me confirm. Yep. As of 11 days ago, she is not playing in the finals. Groin injury. CJ Stroud with the ball. He's going to scramble, and he's going to take it himself, and he's going to get about 7 yards. I believe this is Caitlin Clark's second WNBA season. But we'll keep an eye on that. He got 6 yards on that scramble. Once he passes the line of scrimmage, you cannot forward pass. 3rd and 2. 2 out of 9 last week. Stroud gets sacked. Loss of 9. See, here's my thing. If it's 3rd and 3 or less, I say run the ball. No need to get greedy. No need to show off. Get the small yardage. That's my personal. I'm not a coach. My personal opinion. So the Texans are going to punt away. And the ball is going to go out of bounds to about the 8. And we are on commercial. (14-10) with 8:01 left to go in the 3rd. Oh, Dory Lou. Dinner was delicious. Thank you. We have a very good game going on. You okay? Okay. Good night. Dory Lou's going to bed. Shh. So far, Dory Lou's top 3 from week 2. So far, this is not. We have to see what's going on with the other 2 games. Top quarterback is Russell Wilson for the Giants, 450 passing yards with 3 touchdowns. Top running back was Jonathan Taylor of the Colts with 165 rushing yards, and Malik Neighbors of the Giants, wide receiver, for 167 receiving yards with 2 touchdowns. So far, she said that defense went to the Falcons because they caused the least a number of points to be scored. And I do need to work on the graphics for those 2 and put those out on social as well. Oh, what's this? This I might have to put on social too. Okay. That's a little bit personal, but we'll just let that be. All right, so the Buccaneers get the ball back after back-to-back 3-and-outs. Eight minutes and 1 second left to go in the third as the Bucs have a 4-point lead, and they're all the way back on their own 8-yard line. Baker hands it off and goes pretty much nowhere. That's Irving with another 2 yards. The first 4 drives, 3 touchdowns and a field goal. The last 6 drives for both teams, punts. Back and forth. Seven and a half minutes to go in the third. Baker waiting for the snap, gets it, hands it off again. And they push Irving over the first down marker as he gets 8. Where's my phone? Hands it off again. Barely past the line of scrimmage. Another 2 yards for Irving. I'll turn my camera off really quickly. Oh, there's my phone. Behind the computer. Mayfield with a fake handoff, and he gets caught, but he threw the ball out. So that's going to be considered an incomplete pass. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8. As he just basically almost threw the ball away. I need to charge this. Bucs started 4 for 4 on 3rd down. They've only had 1 conversion. Mayfield incomplete, looking for a flag, and he's not going to get it. Did my schedule change for tomorrow? Yep. And they will punt away. Gets the catch and gets no return. Make sure I get that squared away. I will charge my phone at the end of the quarter. 47-yard punt, no gain. Look at this little Geico commercial. The Geico Gecko. Very fun. Chick-fil-A. $11 total wins from 2020 to 2022. This is Houston. Hired head coach D'Amico Ryans, drafted QB CJ Stroud. 2023 and 2024, 10 wins and the AF South champions. And they made it to the divisional round. So Houston can turn things around. Let's see if they can turn things around in this third quarter, as they are down by 4 with 5:40 left to go in the third quarter. CJ Stroud, 9 of 14 for 147 yards. Gets the handoff. And Marks gets 3 yards. Cal McNair, the Texans chair and CEO. Very pretty lady. Clock winds down to 5:05. CJ fakes the handoff, has some time. He's going backwards. He gets away. He throws. That ball's going out of bounds. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Double pressure, 2 defenders coming in. Yeah, no choice. He really didn't have a target, but CJ Stroud on 3rd down, 0 for 3, and he's been sacked once. And now he's been sacked twice. -8. We kind of got a chess match because both teams are not going anywhere. They're both playing defense right now. So Houston's going to punt. Punts away at the 20, back to the 15, to the 20, and going nowhere, 6 yards. 4:05 left to go in the third. Be right back after this.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Alrighty, 4:05 left to go in the third. No major offense in both teams right now. Snoop, look at Snoop. If you have not seen the video of Snoop doing color commentary with the LA Kings from a few years ago, go watch it. It's amazing. I would love to see Snoop. He was talking with Jalen Smith, who in 2015 was now playing for the Texans. I would love to hear Snoop on commentary like during the Super Bowl. That'd be amazing. Baker gets a throw but gets hit, but still gets the completion as Evans gets 22 yards after being pushed out of bounds. And the clock runs down to below 4 minutes. First and 10 from the 43-yard line. That's a pass and not even close. Evans was the intended receiver. Mayfield's like, that's my bad. .328 left to go. Second and 10. Hand off. Past the line of scrimmage and then some. And runs out of bounds as White gets another 12. And the clock runs to 3:15. Bring up first down. Rashad White, 6 rushes and 37 yards. Mayfield gives it to White again, and he powers his way down for 9 more yards. Looks like that. I would give him the first down. I mean, he powered his way through that. Gets a nice little block. Turns to his right and just keeps going. 2nd and 1. And White just barrels through and now gets 16 yards. He only needed an inch and he ran a mile. And Al-Shaair is down. We have a medical timeout at 2:08 left to go in the third. I have to show this video. I'm gonna take heat for this one, but I gotta show this one.
No, we can't see you, Sabu.
Sabu, you can get on this side of
Come on over, Sabu. I'm being see, earlier I said something stupid to him, and now this is my receipt. Okay?
Sabu just sabotaging you.
Yeah. He sure did.
Hijacking.
Yeah, he's taking over.
Hijacking is a better word. You're right.
Good luck.
Thank you, Sabu.
Now, when you get the
I miss him greatly. They cut it a little bit. They cut it. The last thing I said was, when you get the blessing of an ECW legend, you know you've made it. I know I'm going to take heat for that one, but I do miss Sabu greatly. I really do. That was one of the best moments I've ever encountered with an ECW legend, And now this commercial here is pretty good. How you see a lot of people, how they work on Monday morning, and they're all getting coffee and getting ready for work, and then at Monday night they are turning into football fans. Ooh, ankle to cheek. He says he's okay. I don't want that. All right. $126 rush yards for the Bucks as the clock hits 2 minutes, and they are on the 20-yard line. Mayfield with another handoff and doesn't go anywhere. Rashid White gets another yard. In 2022 and 2023, they had the fewest rushing yards. Last season, they had 142, the fourth most. Just behind the 20, or just in front of the 20-yard line, 2nd and 9 coming up. Mayfield looking for the end zone. Igbuka was the target. If he might have stretched his hands out, that would have been a touchdown. 1:11 left to go in the third. Six targets, 4 receptions, 29 yards, 3rd and 9. Mayfield with the throws to the end zone. It was a catch. Did he cross the plane? No, incomplete. He was out of bounds. Evans was the target. He was just out of bounds. He did reach up. He did bring down the catch, but he was out of bounds. Chase McLaughlin going for the kick to get a 17-10 lead. He's only missed one at this yardage, 38 yards. And we have a doink. He hit the upright. Way to go, ESPN. You jinxed him. You tell us that he only missed one last year from that distance. And he hits the uprights. With 1:01 left to go in the third, it is still 14-10. Red Bull. I don't know when the last time was that I had a Red Bull. It's been a very long time since I had a Red Bull. For a limited time, you can get what? Really? Is this legit? Just the bricks. Okay. Never mind. It's amazing when I go, ooh, whenever I see anything on Facebook about Legos. One minute and 1 second left to go in the third. Let's look forward to next week quickly. It's going to be a good matchup as the Lions take on the Ravens. Lions, the number one team in week 2, putting up 52 points, most points so far this season, against the Ravens, who have the most points total so far. And the Texans, handoff, gets about 5. 7, as Chubb gets 7 yards. And the Texans should be able to get one last play off before the end of the quarter. $127 rushing yards for the Bucs, 59 for the Texans. Final play, perhaps, of the third quarter. Fakes the handoff. Stroud in a little bit of trouble. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. Oh, flag on the play. Illegal contact defense on Morrison, number 21, 5-yard penalty. So that's going to give the Texans another play. What illegal contact? What is? He's hardly touching him. It's not like he grabbed him and threw him to the ground, which might be a legal play. I don't know. All right. CJ passes to his left, completion, and gets the first down, and that will end the quarter as Schultz gets 9 yards and 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of the third with no points going for either team. The fourth quarter is upon us.
And now for a taste of things to come.
All the wrestling, all the wrestling, all the wrestling. Whoops, we don't want that. I'm just looking through all the studios. Do I really want to put that? No, I better not put that up there. Whoa. All righty. 14-10. Texans with the ball. Second and 1. My suggestion, run the ball. It's only 1 yard. It looks like it's like 6 inches. Stroud fakes the handoff. Taking him, short pass, so he got the first down, and then some and more. And a nice run after the catch. Higgins gets 28 yards when he only needed 6 inches. I think that was one of my biggest problems when I played NFL Blitz. I only needed like 2 yards, and I went for the passes to score. $159 reception yards, 116 yards after the catch for the Texans. Handoff, nowhere. Chubb loses a yard on that one. And the clock now hits 14 minutes in the game. 2nd and 11 coming up. Second and 11. Stroud with it. Still with it. Backing up more. Throws. Oh, ball got tipped. Collins was the intended receiver. And that's going to bring up 3rd down. They're not quite in the red zone yet. Looked like it was a jump ball. Just touched on the fingertips of Parrish. 3rd and 11. He's 0 for 3 and has been sacked twice. Just gets the play off. Converts. And it's 1st and goal. 16 yards from Schultz. Schultz! Old cartoon. Double coverage there, too. Almost Bob got a hand on the ball there. I am not getting tired. It's only 9:15. 1st and goal. Stroud with it. Throws. Completion. Collins only gets 7 yards. He is down to the 1. He tried to stretch over. Yeah, he's definitely down. 1.5 yard line, perhaps. Maybe the 2. And he tried to bounce. And he looks in the camera and he smiles. Right on the door. Hand off. Does he get in? I can't tell. Nope. No gain. Chubb tried to run through the wall and didn't get it. Well, the clock's going to start running on that one. Chubb goes to his right and just runs into a wall of people. Stroud tried to get the crowd to follow him. It's like a car wreck. 11:30 to go. 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. They're just trying to power their way in. Oh, my goodness. Stroud tried to go to Collins, and that's going to bring up 4th down. What do you do, coach? Do you go take the field goal or do you go for it? At this point, go for it. Collins tried to stretch, got his fingertips on it. He might not have been in bounds. They're going to go for it from the 1. This will be the 10th play. Stroud with it, looking, a toss, incomplete, and turnover on downs. Collins, the intended target, and the Bucs stand their ground. With 11:15 left to go in the 4th, as we go to commercial on ESPN. That's heartbreaking. They had to go for it though. You can't get points for trying. You can socially, but what is this? Oh, it's Fremont Street. Been a long time since I've been there. Again, congratulations, Mr. Reliable, my brother Walter. You're off to WrestleMania, brother. That belt looked like the IC title, the old school IC title. I would like to get to Las Vegas before my 50th, or maybe for my 50th. You never know. Popeyes has, oh my gosh. Popeyes has partnered with Hot Ones? Yikes. I said I would be crazy enough to try. I would die. I would die. And there's Coach Harbaugh getting ready for the Raiders and the Chargers. They're getting ready to start in about half an hour or so. Now let's see what the Bucs can do deep in their own zone, literally on like the 2-yard line. Baker trying to get out of this situation. And the Texans are playing defense here. Irving gets 4. That's going to put him on the 6-yard line. And Al-Shaair is back in the game. Thank goodness. I remember when Monday Night Football was on ABC. Baker from his own. There's another oh, he goes nowhere on that one. It's going to bring up, well, there's a flag on the play. What's the play? What's the flag? Personal foul, face mask. Harris, Christian Harris, 48, 15 yards. Oh, yeah. He's darn near ripping his helmet off. He's pulling him down like a steer. Well, now the Bucks have some breathing room. Each team penalized 5 times. Mayfield hands off and goes nowhere. No gain for Irving. See, back in the day before Monday Night Football went to ESPN, ABC had Monday Night Football. 3 o'clock was Oprah, 4 o'clock was the news, 5 o'clock was the news, 6 o'clock was the news, 6:30 was World News Tonight, 7 was Jeopardy, 7:30 was Wheel of Fortune. But on Mondays, the 4 o'clock news was chopped down to a half hour. Then World News Tonight came on at 4:30, and then Monday Night Football started at 5, and that was an incomplete pass. Otten didn't even get a hold of the ball. Oh, look at the little Texans fan. That is adorable. And then I think at 5 o'clock there was news, or 5 o'clock was the pregame show, and by 6 or so was Monday Night Football. Then from 6 all the way to 11 was football. Mayfield scrambles and gets a huge hole, and he's going to play Thanos and get the first down, and then some as he scrambles for 16 yards. And he's getting up in Gardner Johnson's face. Then the 11 o'clock news would come on, and then I really don't remember when Kimmel came in play. I don't really remember what was the late night talk show on ABC in the 80s. I think Kimmel came in the late 90s. Mayfield fakes, passes, and as soon as the ball gets completed, Irving gets tackled, but we got a flag on the play. Illegal contact on Lassiter. Automatic first down. Lassiter's like, what did I do? Let's take a look. Where is there illegal contact? Looks like he's got him in a chokehold, sort of. .8:25 left to go in the game. Tampa with the ball just past the 40-yard line. And timeout? Nope. False start. Offense. Shepard. Well, that's going to push the Bucks back 5 yards. First 2 drives for the Bucs, touchdowns. The last 5 have been 4 punts and a missed field goal. Again, not much has happened in the second half. Hand off, run, still running. Car wreck. 7 yards for Shepard. Or excuse me, 5 yards for Irving. 2nd and 10. "16 rushes, 71 yards for Bucky Irving. Pass complete. There's the 7 yards for Shepard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. As the clock gets closer and closer to the end. 7:15 left to go in the game. Baker scrambling. Ball comes loose. Recovered by the Bucs. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Mayfield gets sacked. The ball comes loose. And we've got a player down. It's White. Mayfield has the ball. He's looking. He scrambles. Shoestring tackle. Almost. He loses the ball. And the Bucs jump on the grenade. His own hand hit the ball. So basically he dropped it. Luckily, he tried to jump back on it. That's going to bring up 4th down as they tend to Rashid White, who was injured on the play. Again, next week, what a great matchup we have. Detroit versus Baltimore. The team that scored the most points in week 2 versus the team that has the most points overall in 2 games. That sounds like it's going to be a very good game and a very good matchup. Again, keep an eye on the social medias for rankings and overall type things. Those will all go on the socials. Pick'em contest is going very well. Results of that will be shown privately, of course. Kickoff is scheduled for 10:05 Eastern between the Chargers and the Raiders. 17 of 28 for Baker Mayfield at 150 yards. 4th and 6 coming up. And Tampa Bay is going to punt away. Waiting, getting the clock down. And that punt is blocked and recovered by the Texans. at the 35-yard line. Speed gets the block. The Texans have the great opportunity right here with 6:16. There's the snap, and boom! Right into Johnson, and Johnson shook his hand. Like I said, that has got to be the most painful. I mean, that ball is coming up, and it hits your hand. And, of course, Dixon's leg went into – that has got to hurt like hell. Scary as hell, too. Stroud throws. Incomplete. Hutchinson, the intended target. 2nd and 10. Very wobbly. Hutchinson got a hand on it, but wasn't going to go anywhere with it. Stroud's like, damn. 13 of 23, 207 yards. Stroud with the handoff. Chubb gets nothing on that, and that's going to bring up 3rd down. 6 minutes left to go. Thank you, Joe Buck. I just said that. I'm going to turn that down. 2 of 8 so far. I'll turn that down just a little bit. Stroud in trouble and almost picked off. Collins, the intended target. David, he put his hands in his head, or his head in his hands. He had his fingers on it, and then the ball just dropped to the ground. Are the Texans going to go for it? Nope, they're going to try a 53-yard kick. Miami Fairbarn, 13 field goals of 50 plus. It looks good, and it is. So with 5:22 left to go in the game, the Texans settle for a field goal. It is now 14-13. So right now, if the game did end right now, the Bucs would be one spot higher than where they started because the Eagles scored 20 and the Bucs are at 14. And the Texans would be – it would go the Vikings at 6, the Jets at 10, and the Texans at 13. If the Texans can play defense and get the ball back and get a game-winning field goal, then as the kickoff goes into the end zone, and that's a touchback. And so Baker Mayfield's bringing his team out with 5:22 left to go in the game. We're getting a good recap here. First play from Baker Mayfield on the 35. Pitches it back, and they go nowhere. No gain. Pitch back to Irving, and the clock will run down. No need to use timeouts yet. As the clock hits 5 minutes, it's 2nd and 10. Baker with the ball, looking, throws, completion, and White, who came back into the game, gets 2 yards. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 8. Clock is now down to 4:28. So a completion will Tampa Bay 6 of 12 from 3rd down. Houston 2 of 9. As the Houston fans are trying to rally their team. A conversion here could help the game. A stop will give the momentum back to the Texans. Baker with the snap. Look out, he's got people, and he gets taken down and sacked for a loss of 8 as Anderson breaks through and gets Mayfield. And as the clock runs down with 3:40 to go, the Bucs are forced to punt. Anderson just comes right through. Low snap. There's the punt. It's about the 20. Runs past 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Crosses midfield. Flag on the play, though. A 53-yard return with 3 minutes left to go. Biggest return of the night. What is the penalty? There is no flag on the play as Noel gets a 53-yard return. Okay. Thank you to whoever screamed out there. The Texans are fired up at this point. They only need a point. They've got 3 minutes to do it. All of their timeouts. First play by Stroud. Hands off. Up the middle, only a yard. That's going to put the ball at the 25-yard line. So we'll get one more play before the 2-minute warning. Three punt returns for Noel. That was his longest one of the night. Stroud with the handoff again, breaks through, first down, and Nick Chubb is going to run it in for a touchdown. And the Texans take the lead 19-14. They have to go for 2 here. 25-yard rushing touchdown for Nick Chubb. You can't take the extra point now. You got to go for 2. Chubb just finds his window and he goes right through it, turns to his right, goes right to the corner, and they are going to go for 2. They were 0-2 last season. Stroud with it, and he gets taken down. So the 2-point conversion is no good. And that makes the score 19-14 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. Stroud got sacked. So can the Texans defense hold on for the next 2:10? Did I say that I wanted the Texans to win this one in the beginning? I really don't remember. I might have said it because I think I picked on Baker Mayfield too much. I think I said I like C.J. Stroud better than Baker Mayfield. Kickoff going to the right all the way to the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and stopped. Got a flag on the play. With 2:04 left to go in the game. Holding, receiving team, Nelson. That's going to take them back 10 yards. Tampa Bay is going to get one play before the 2-minute warning. Next week, Goff versus Jackson in Baltimore. Regular start time, 7 p.m. Eastern for certain, as the game starts at 8. First play before the 2-minute warning. Mayfield's got 2 minutes. And then some quick short pass to his left, and he is off running and gets taken down for 12 yards, Irving. And that will bring it to the 2-minute warning. Gardner Johnson. Whoa. He dropped an F-bomb. You can't do that. Not on live television, not on national television. No way. 2 minutes. Stay tuned. We'll be right. Where is it? 2-minute warning. We'll be right back.
And now for a taste of things to come.
2 minutes, 1:56 to go. Again, we're taking a look at that 53-yard return. $1:56 to go. 2-minute offense. Chargers and Raiders getting ready to start in 15 minutes or so. Again, all graphics and stats will be put on social media because at the end of this game, I can't go on. I got to do some chores around the house and then go to bed. Tampa Bay has all 3 timeouts. Here's the first play. Baker backing up to his own 20, gets the pass off right before the line of scrimmage. No gain. 22 passing touchdowns in the fourth quarter and overtime. 2nd and 10, Baker. He's going for something incomplete. Evans was the intended target. And that is going to bring up 3rd down with 1:32 left. He went for it and tried. 10 targets for Mike Evans, 4 receptions and only 45 yards. Third and 10 coming up. Mayfield backing up. He's got some problems. He throws incomplete as Ekbuka. Bullock broke up the play, and it is 4th and 10 with 1:24. Mayfield had him in his sights. He did get his hands on it. He just couldn't come up with it right through his fingertips. And then Bullock with a tackle. And the Bucs are going to go for it on 4th and 10. Mayfield's going to take it on his own and get the first down and gets tackled. He does it himself. It's 15 yards. The clock is still running. The Bucs are not using a timeout here. I don't know why. 1 minute left to go in the game. I would have called timeout. Baker throws, completion, out of bounds. Mayfield to Otten, 52 seconds left to go. 8-yard pass. He had wide open field. Of course he was going to take it himself. Mayfield did a flip. Nice tackle. 21 of 34 for 172 yards. 2nd and 2. And Houston calls timeout. Odd. Why Houston would call timeout, I have no idea. I don't see why Houston needed to use a timeout there. Coming up in just a few minutes, Chargers Raiders. Second and 2 with 52 seconds left. What will Baker do? I say run it and then call timeout. He's passing, short pass, completion, first down, and he's still going. Irving gets 22 yards. And now they call timeout. 42 seconds left on the clock as the Bucs call timeout. First and 10 at the 23-yard line. Texans trying so hard. Texans fans trying to get their defense going. From the 23-yard line, Baker with the ball, throws, completion, and out of bounds. 34 seconds left. 5 yards to Irving. That does stop the clock. It is 2nd and 5. Stroud looking on. Baker Mayfield, 4 career game-winning pass touchdowns in the final minute of the game. Looking for his 5th. The ball on the 18-yard line. Mayfield with it. Throws. Completion. First down. As Evans gets 11 yards. That will set up 1st and goal. 20 seconds left on the clock. They're going for it with a hurry-up offense. Mayfield gets the completion. 5 more yards to Otten as he's pushed out of bounds with 9 seconds left on the clock. 2nd and goal. From the 2. And timeout is called. Houston, why? Why is Houston burning a timeout? Why? That makes no sense. I don't get it. Someone explain to me why Houston is. Someone explain here. Help me out. Why is Houston using a timeout right now? They don't need to. Am I missing something? What am I missing? From about the 2-yard line with 9 seconds left to go, a tackle will more than likely end the game. Mayfield hands it off. And the Texans and the Bucs get in for the touchdown. They run right in. And that makes the score 20-19 as Wright goes in. And there's only 6 seconds left. Tampa Bay gets in, 11 plays, 80 yards. 6 seconds left, and they're going to go for 2. And now Tampa uses their timeout. Why? What is the point of using your timeout? Why? What? I am missing some stuff here. I don't get it. There's 6 seconds left. You've got the lead. What's the point of burning a timeout? I need football 101 real bad right now. I don't get it. Maybe I should ask Tom Grossi. 2-point attempt from the Bucs. Baker, he gets swallowed. He gets a throw off, but it's not going to make it. It's going to be no good. So Tampa has the lead 20-19 with 6 seconds left. So more than likely, depending on where the kick goes, if he kicks it short, we could get a return. You're going to have to get the return going. If it goes into the end zone for a touchback, that'll give the Texans one final play. $25 of 38 for Mayfield, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, 33 rushing yards, sacked 4 times. CJ Stroud, 13 of 24, 207 yards, 1 touchdown, sacked 3 times. There's your stats right there. So depending on where the kick goes, there's the kick. It's at the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There's no time on the clock. And this game is in the books as the Bucs defeat the Texans 20-19. That last touchdown did it. The Bucs are now 2-0. The Texans are 0-2. The Bucs are going to be 1 spot lower than, or just below the bottom of column 2. And that is going to be it for this coverage. So we're going to take one final break. We'll call the stats. We'll take a quick look at week 3, and then we're going to call it a night. Here is our final commercial break.
And now for a taste of things to come.
In a final drive, Tampa Bay pushes over the edge and wins 20-19. Let's take a look at the final stats. Already gave the stats for Mayfield and Stroud. Top rusher was Irving, 17 carries for 71 yards. Nick Chubb, 12 carries for 43 yards. Receiver, Evans, 5 receptions for 56 yards. Collins for the Texans at 52. 25 first downs for Tampa Bay, 12 for Houston, 6 of 14 converting on third down for Tampa Bay, 2 of 9 for Houston. The Bucks did convert on fourth down. The Texans did not. 360 total yards for the Bucks, 266 for the Texans. No interceptions. 7 penalties for the Bucks and 6 for the Texans, 45 yards each. And the Bucks held the ball longer, 37 minutes to 22. So both teams, well, Tampa Bay now has first place. They are 2-0. And Houston is 0-2. So it just didn't take place. The wild card in MLB starts on September 30th. So we'll get information for that as we get closer and closer to the World Series. More than likely, I will be continuing coverage of the World Series as I did last year. And again, all the graphics and statistics and rankings should be up by tomorrow for week 2 and going into week 3. Again, week 3, the Lions and the Ravens. That's a very, very good matchup as the Raiders are getting ready to start out there on NRG Stadium. And as much as I would love to continue this, I'll call the kickoff and then I'll call it. I can't really go too far. Let's see where this kickoff goes. 5, 10, 15, 20, and down. There you go. So we'll see where the Chargers and the Raiders go as Geno Smith takes the field. We'll turn that off. Thank you to everybody who watched. Thank you to everybody who commented. All I can say is thank you, and I hope to see you all next week. Remember, continue to like, follow, and subscribe to Simply Reliable Studios. Make sure you watch all the wrestling that's coming up soon, and I will be back in this chair Monday night, regular time, as the Lions take on the Ravens. Have a good rest of your night, ladies and gentlemen. For now, Stat Boy out. Good night, everybody. This stream is over.